to make sure that money that they made, that really great money they made, lasts during shutdowns, because they shut down a lot. I was in that industry for a while, and that you got to be really good at saving money. And that was the problem they had too. They'd go out and buy those big trucks and spend a ton of money on nonsense because they had it. And then they'd get laid off for 2 months and not be able to make payments on their toys. Steve sold half at 24. Good job. Good morning, David. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning on Traveling Trade Adventures. QNCX. Come on, baby. We want that over 25. Take off. It's up 88%. We tapped 25 about a minute ago. We've tapped 25 a couple of times, but it just can't seem to get over that. Good morning. Eric, good morning. Family is doing very well. Everybody seems to be doing good. Boys are doing good. Folks are doing good. There's 25 again. Come on. We keep hitting 25 and it just won't go. There we go. There we go. Finally broke through that 25. Let's go. Let's go. Go, go, go. $89. Yeah, if that goes over 100%, I will put the hat on because we called that in after hours last night. We've been that press release was from after hours last night. And we did mention that. I just wish you'd hurry up and go. It's been making us wait for a while here. Eric, where's up here at? I'm going to be all over the place. Why not? Good morning. It's too cold to go up north. There's still snow and ice and all that yucky stuff up there. Don't want to drive my RV. Ohio. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll be up in Ohio. I definitely will be in Ohio. Carrie, good morning. Probably in the spring, around April time, when it starts warming up a little bit. Somebody on YouTube, Terry. Where at in Ohio are you? What city are you close to? Cincinnati. Very cool. Is it Eric or Erica? Looks like it's spelled Erica. I just want to make sure I got it right. Cincinnati. Eric. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll be up that way. I go through Cincinnati about every time I go north because I go through there on my way to Indiana. All right, let's go back and look at PHIO again. PHIO is trying to push back up as well. Now, we had a high on that earlier at 115. Boy, I guess I got out of that a little too soon, didn't I? Looks like I cut bait and ran just a little bit too quick on that one. I'll be all over the place up north, but I got to wait till the snow melts and it starts warming up a little bit. Not a real big fan of staying in my RV when it's really, really cold outside, because then I end up being stuck inside the RV for hours at a time. And I like to get out and travel and get out and explore. And so once it starts warming up, I'll be up that way. Senecaville Lake. Never heard of that. I'll have to check that out on the map. All right, so we've got PHIO trying to go up on a press release here this morning. QNCX, we're getting close to that 100%. If you guys missed the press release, and you missed that run, 95, 96. It's getting close. I think it wicked up over 100% at one point. But I want the price to get, I don't want it just wicking up over it. I want to get the price up over. Oh, well, good morning. Thank you guys for subscribing on YouTube. I do appreciate that very much. And watching the videos. The latest video that I put up about boondocking at the casino, been up about a week now. And I appreciate you guys watching it. I really do. Means a lot. Means a lot. Come on. Waiting for that QNCX to pop one more time. Get up about 25 and a half. Oh my gosh. Anybody holding it from overnight? We got it up on the screen here. Come on. I want that thing over 100%. Oh my gosh. This week is going to fly by. I can feel it. Let's look at ABP. ABP was a big runner in after hours last night as well, but it's been falling. It jumped up this morning. It was a really good early pre-market trade. It was up around 322 this morning. It really ran. And when you consider that it started off around $1.60 and went up over 320 this morning, that was a good run. It was a good run on that stock. It was up well over 100% this morning. But it's been falling since 7 o'clock. It's having some troubles. AZI is getting pulled down. We had a good trade on AZI this morning. Now we're kind of watching QNCX. That's another one from after hours last night. That one started out around 13 cents. And they put out a press release last night. We watched it go up in after hours on Zoom. And it's gone from 13 cents to sitting at 24.8 right now. We just had it over 25. 92% so far, 93. Come on, boom. Give us that big boom up to 26. Florida, good morning. Come on. Watched pot never boils. Is that what they say? Should we quit watching it for a minute? Where's all of our retail whales that are going to come in here and jump in and shove that thing up over 26? Oh, my goodness. Well, we've got about 4 minutes and we'll get our 8 o'clock press releases. So hopefully you can stick around for a few more minutes, see if something pops up at 8 o'clock. No guarantee that any press releases are going to come out at 8, but we'll be ready for them if they do. We are on standby here. We are in a holding pattern, waiting to pounce when the press release comes out. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. SFHG. About 2.5 minutes. It's getting closer. The countdown has begun. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to get some more content on our channel. So excited about getting that camera going and filming some adventures. If it would ever warm up here, I'd like to get the Wave Runner out on the ocean and go out to the sandbar and film that so you guys can see the sandbar out there. It's really cool. Really, really cool. All right, let's look at PHIO again. 122. Boy, did I ever jump ship too fast on that one. Man, oh man. Should have held on to that a little bit longer. Just a wee bit longer. Man, that would have been a good trade. Doggone it, that would have been a good one. That would have been another $600 or $700 trade right there. Darn it. 96 to 127. Joey held on. Nicely done. I got off the plane too soon. That's true. I disembarked before I should have. All right, 30 seconds. And then after the 8 o'clock press releases, we'll get some more press releases at 8:30. Now, some do trickle in between the half-hour marks, but not very many. But sometimes the ones that trickle in between the half-hour press release times are pretty good ones. We've had a couple of pretty decent trades here this morning. Let's see what happens. 8 o'clock. DVLT. ACAP recaps high impact Super Bowl weekend. That's fluffy. ASBP regains compliance with NASDAQ's minimum bid price rule. ASBP. HOVR. Horizon Aircraft partners with North Aircraft Industries to manufacture the wings for the Cavorite X7. ASBP's up about 9%-ish, 11%. YEXT announces commencement of modified Dutch auction tender offer to purchase $180 million of its common stock. YEXT. At $6.50 a share. Not less than $5.75 a share and not greater than $6.50 a share. And right now it's at $5.70. That's on YEXT. So they've got somebody wanting to buy $180 million in value of their stock. ATCH. ATCH enters into new share purchase agreement to acquire Commercial Bancorp, the parent company of Farmers State Bank. That's on ATCH. It's a 27-cent stock. ATCH, Atlas Holdings, enters into a new share purchase agreement to acquire Commercial Bancorp, the parent company of Farmers State Bank. EVGN announces an expanded collaboration with Google Cloud to integrate AI agents into KimpassAI. That's on EVGN. And then, of course, we've got EWCZ. That one was halted earlier, pending news. European Wax Center, EWCZ, to go private in a $330 million all-cash deal. PHIO just went over 125. Gosh darn it, did I let that go too soon? That was EWCZ. It's up 43%, but it's not moving. It's not moving at all. That's the European Wax Center is going private. So we've got EVGN bouncing around a little bit on their press release. YEXT getting some movement. True Golf, TRUG, stock repurchase activity. True Golf, TRUG, announced an update on its stock repurchase activity. The company's repurchased 423,000 shares of its Class A stock. The shares were purchased at an average price of 75 cents per share. Approximately 1.6 million remains available under the repurchase program. That's on True Golf. That is a 80-cent stock, and Scans has the float at $2.3 million. So PHIO still trying to go up. QNCX rather, getting pulled down. Mutter, good morning. Ron, good morning. ABP trying to push up again. EWCZ pretty much going sideways. Let's see. YEXT. I'm not seeing anything that's getting a tremendous amount of attention off the 8 o'clock press releases. EVGN, this is the one that has the expanded collaboration with Google Cloud. That Google Cloud in that headline should have gotten your attention. VNRX says they have announces the appointment of new distributor for their NQ Discover. In Japan. So they've got a new distributor in Japan. That's on VNRX. VCIG. VCIG. It's a micro float. The news seems a bit on the fluffy side. VCIG, the company's Rebellion Group enters into a strategic cooperation with a company called Noah Coffee to develop the Malaysia market. That's a bit fluffy, but it is a micro float, but it's a bit on the fluffy side. Let's see what else we got here. Nothing. All right, let's go back and look at our ones that were running. ABP pushing up. QNCX still getting pulled down a little bit. Look at PHIO. Gosh darn it. Should have trusted that news. Darn good. You have a safe drive, my friend. Should have trusted the news on PHIO. Doggone it. We had a good press release on that this morning, and I stuck to my rules. And when it dropped below my buy-in, I took the out. And then, of course, it has decided to curl back up. But got to stick to your rules. PHIO still moving up. EVMN. Invomune Incorporated. EVMN. Pushing up nice. Nice. Nice little run up on that one this morning. My goodness. From $18 to 25, 26. EVMN. Nice little push. Might see 30 here before long. It's got a 15 million public float. Not bad float. Might see $30. Yes, EVMN, Rob. 26.80. It might go up another $4. 27. $27.50. I wonder. They had positive top line data on a phase 2. That's why it's moving. Let's see. That was at 7:30. X. Cust. K-U-S-T. Custom Entertainment's Ticket Smarter named among the 10 best ticket resale sites of 2026. That's fluff for sure. VNRX. There. ABP. Let's go back and look at QNCX. Come on. ABP. And EVGN 119 to 130 for Matt. Good quick trade. Got a few press releases trickling in here, but nothing important. PHIO trying to push back up again now after that pullback. EVMN now at 27.9. 27.89. That recovered rather quickly. $28.5. 28.9, 29.5. Here comes 30. Spectrum 120 to 134 on EVGN. Good trade. It's up 69%. 29, almost hit 29.5, 29.46. Won't take much to get it up there. QNCX, make it 23. Pushing for 24. All right, I'm going to watch my scanners here. Hollywood, yes, I'll try to do that. UOKA is down 50%. They just put out a form F1MEF SEC filing, and it's down 50%. OCG. QNCX really fighting for that 25 again. ITS. They've got EVMN on the screen right now. Waiting to see if that thing will hit 30 bucks. Cust is trying to go up on that press release. It's a micro float. It's a fluffy piece of news, but it's bouncing around a lot. All right, is this where EVMN takes off? OGI, first quarter. Loss. QNCX still fighting for 25. Cust, KUST, really bouncing around. Remember, it's got a micro float. It's about 500,000, 478,000 public float, according to scans. So if it decides to get some volume and go, it'll surprise you. But it's such a fluffy press release. I don't know. We've seen some stocks go up on dumber news, that's for sure. Sometimes they go up on some really ridiculous news. All right. Well, right now there's nothing new coming out in terms of press releases. Let me pop over here to Cust, KUST, just for giggles, and see if that thing's going to go up on that press release. That's kind of interesting. $145 to $157 for Bob. He got a nice quick little trade out of that. UOKA is down 52% now on that Form F1 filing. Yeah, they're doing an offering, and that's what's got it down 53%. Let's see, CMCG. GCMG put out their earnings per share of 31 cents, which beat by 7 cents, and a revenue of $177 million, which beat estimates by $16 million. That's on GCMG. It's a $10 stock with a 45 million public float. Let's go back and look at PHIO so I can make myself sick. Oh my gosh, look at that stupid thing. Look at that. Doggone it, did I let go too early? Oh no. Doggone it. We wicked up to $1.40 on that dumb thing. Shoot. And I took a penny loss on it. That would have been a really good one for me this morning. Look at that. Isn't that special? Should have held on. Should have trusted the news. But I didn't. I should have trusted it. Should have trusted it. All right. We've got about 6 minutes here, and we'll get to 8:30 press releases. Yeah, I should have consulted the Magic 8 Ball on that one. Yeah, I had that this morning, Mutter, at $1.05. Press release came out. I got it at $1.05. It started to climb, and I was pretty happy. I was looking like, okay, this is the news is truly gonna do something with this one. And then it tanked, pulled back, and it dropped all the way back to 99 cents. So I said, no, not taking a chance on it. And I got out. I took a 1 penny loss per share. And then the stupid thing climbs up to $1.40. Oh boy. Oh well. That happens once in a while. HBIO, Harvard Biosciences. Getting a little green candle action going on there. Let's go back and look at CUST again. KUST. That thing better not take off. Now, that's one of the fluffier pieces of news I've seen, but it's a micro float. And I tell you guys all the time, even on fluffy news, you have to pay attention to micro floats because even with fluffy news, they can go. Look at it go. Look at it go. Son of a gun. Oh my. Oh well. Hopefully somebody got it. Looking at Cust, K-U-S-T, put out a really fluffy piece of news, and it decided to run on that news. Oh well. Let's see. Load. All right, we've got 3 minutes to go here. Yes, there'll be another one. Look, it's still going. 164 now. 165. 166. 167. Unreal. It was a late starter, that's for sure. That press release came out at 8:10 this morning, and it did nothing. Nothing. No action, no movement, no volume. It did nothing. I think it had like 500 shares on it. And then it decided to go. EVMN, I've got 15 million public float on that one. Look at it. We were wondering about whether or not it was going to hit 30. 33.9. Oh my. Did anybody get into that one? I mentioned it at 24 bucks. Ahmad got into it. Good deal. 34.9. $35 and a half. $36 and a half. Just jumped $1 again. Chawi was in at 20. Nice. 36 and a half. Volume keeps up here. We could see $40 on that dumb thing. All right, let's see what we've got here at 8:30. Precision surveying home builders, V 37 and a half on EVMN. It's gone up $12 since we mentioned it. IGC Hoth, HOTH, announces groundbreaking positive results. surpasses semaglutide in weight loss, glucose control, and liver health in their obesity model. HOTH. SIDU. Sidus Space and Samara Sense sign a memorandum of understanding to advance AI-enabled hyperspectral imaging. JYD Microfloat signs a 3-year partnership with DBG Technology, subsidiary Guangdong Electronics. It's on JYD. HOTH up about 10, 11%. Jaloo 31 to 34.16 on EVNM. Good job. Let's look at Cust. Pull back. Hoth up about 15%. Looks like it might try to run up over $1 here. $8.30 press releases. The only thing that's really moving, the only thing that's getting any volume coming into it of any significance is Hoth, HOTH. The rest of them are not moving. SIDU is moving a little bit. Hoth just broke over $1, $1.03. Man, that was a nice push up on EVMN if you got it. From 25 to 35 or 36, that's a nice chunk. It may not be done yet. It's still showing some buying activity here. People are still hitting the ask price. And level 2 is pretty thin. There's not much there. It's really thin from where it's at right now up to $40. It's really thin on level 2, but again, we got more sellers than people trying to sell to get out. So it's having a tough time, but there's not much there. We get a big rash of buying volume on that. It's going to pop to $40. There's a little bit got thrown in there at 35. But boy, up to $40. Not much there. $93 to $101 for Bob. Bob, you're quick on those things. Good trade. EVMN 95%. It was over 100% earlier. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. HL, KYST. EVMN, 97%. Boy, it won't take much. Come on. Won't take much. Let's see, ZYBT, terms of the shareholders, meeting. GCMG is reporting a 12-cent dividend. Eric, yes. That's how you access Zoom. If you join us on Zoom in the mornings, do that through our website, wolfpackcommunity.com. Now, let's look at PHIO. Anybody still holding PHIO from earlier? Please tell me, at least one of you. There's just one of you holding on to that. Doggone it. That's one that'll bug me all morning. I won't lose any sleep over it, but oh, excuse me. Gosh, excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn at you. 3:30, getting up at 3:30 in the morning wears me out. That's a long day. Looks like EVMN is getting pulled down. Cust is getting pulled down. That HBIO that I mentioned to you a little bit ago, that one is trying to pump up a little bit. You might see me in Aldi's. I do it all the time, Hollywood. I do it all the time. I get out of HBIO trying so hard to push up. This is the one that put out their financials this morning. Let's see. AZI. Boy, AZI is getting pulled down bad. Look at that. That is not pretty. Steve, you have a great day. OSCR. CVS Health, Centene, and Elevance among insurers to receive House panel subpoenas. I wonder what that's all about. Boy, I don't know if APHIO is done or not. I tell you what, though, if I'd have held on from that 105, I would have let that go. When it hit 140, I'd have been out. I would have never held if I was able to even hold on that long, but certainly if I was holding still at 140, 140 would have been my limit. EVMN trying again. Ted, UAMY. UMAY, United States Anatomy Corporation, popping up. Thank you, Ted. Nice little climb up there on that one. Let's see if EVMN is going to recover. Oh, on Fox Business. Oh, gotcha. MNDR. MNDR, Microfloat. MNDR, Microfloat. Mobile Health Network Solution launches Otter.SG, an AI-powered clinic operating system for hybrid care. It's on MNDR. 700,000 public float. MNDR. Let's see what this one does. Boy, that UOKA is now down 75%. Wow. That thing's getting beat to death. They did an offering. They filed for an offering. Wow. really getting beat down. Now I'm curious about MNDR, another micro float, waiting to see if that one's going to do like Cuss did and take off. Not crazy about the press release. It's not what I would consider a major press release of any kind. But it's micro float, and you got to pay attention to them. At least keep an eye on it. And there's EVMN back over 100%. Finally. Man, what a run on that thing. Good heavens. Where was that at? 7:30 this morning. It's $17.20. Ran to 38 bucks. Boom. Look at that big boom up to 35. Boy, it didn't take it long, did it? 33 and a half to 36. Just like that. Wow. 107, 108%. Woo-wee. Even that ride up from 25 would have been nice. All right. Got our 100% runner hat on here on a press release. We finally got a press release that ran a stock up over 100%. Well, we had another one, but it wasn't in the same day. We had ABP. That one ran up over 100% this morning, but it was from after hours. The press release came out in after hours. We watched it go up and didn't quite get to 100, but then it went over 100 this morning. So how about PHIO? Is that thing in a boom any moment? Let's look at it on the 5-minute chart, see how it looks. Yeah, not crazy about this here. This part of the chart right here, it's not instilling a lot of confidence in me. Options traders, sure. Stock we don't know. Yeah, that UOKA is getting destroyed. They did an upsized $6 million public offering, and it just. Now, they did the offering at $1.40. And right now it's sitting at 61 cents. So it's dropped way below the offering price. But it also means it's not going to be a micro float anymore. It was sitting at about 650,000 public float, which is really, really good. But now it's going to be, add another 4.2 million to that. It's still going to be a really great float. It's still going to be a really nice low float stock, just not going to be a micro float. But the offering price was at $1.40. So you could see a bounce on that. You could see a climb back up today at some point, pushing it back up to at least $1. So you could get a good 40, maybe 50-cent spike out of that at some point today. But I'm not going to touch it. But it could go back up. Sometimes they have a habit of climbing up to, if they fall below the offering price, sometimes they will climb back up to at least close to the offering price. Not always, but I've seen it happen many, many times. I'm just not going to partake in that one. I haven't had a lot of really great trades, but I've only had one really good trade today. And I'm not going to ruin that by taking a chance on something that may or may not happen. If I was sitting really heavy on green trades today, I might take a risk at it and risk losing a couple $100 on it. PHIO is the one I have on the screen now, waiting to see if that thing's going to break suddenly. It's holding on. $55 to $61 on UOKA. Boomy boom. PHIO going for it again. Hoth was good news. Yeah, there's no doubt. Hoth was pretty good news. I didn't think it was bad news at all. UOKA. Anybody take that dip on that thing? It was already dropping. Look at where this thing was at. This thing was at $2.26 last night in after hours. And that offering just destroyed this thing all the way down to 50 cents. And like I said, the offering is at $1.40. If I remember right. Yeah, $1.40. So the offering price, let me, just to clarify, put it into perspective. The offering price is clear up here. So they did the offering up here where you see this green line that I put up here. That's where the offering's at. And you can see where it's at now. So there could be a chance of it climbing back to $1. So you could potentially squeeze a pretty decent little trade out of it, but I would not hold on to it, buy it now and hold on to it expecting it to get back to $1.40. By no means. I would get a quick little scalp out of it and get the heck out of it. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, like I said, if I was sitting on a big, huge chunk of profit this morning from a couple of other trades, I might take a shot at doing it. But I don't want to risk losing the money that I already made. I didn't make enough to want to lose any more of it. But some of you might be a little bit more risky than me. You might have a little bit more of that gambler in you. All you gamblers. All right, let's see here. ZDAI. 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 .com group founder Yao Jinbo and former JD.com senior vice president Lai Daxu join other internet leaders in investing in direct booking technology, ZDAI, to accelerate development of its hotel AI booking platform. It's on ZDAI. LGPS. Log Pro Style is the name of the company. LGPS announces the sale of a newly constructed apartment building. In Japan. So let's go back and look at PHIO. Still pushing up. All right, 30 seconds here, and we'll get the 9 o'clock press releases. And then we'll say goodbye on Traveling Trade Adventures. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Appreciate you doing that. Should have some new content coming soon as it starts to warm up a little bit. All right, what's 9 o'clock got for me? GPS. CCCX. CCCX advances their ARPA e-quantum computing grid optimization program. Let's see. It's up 6%. Class action lawsuit. PHIO about ready to touch 150. UOKA back up to 70 cents. Anybody take that little ride back up? Anybody taking that shot? All right, we've got a couple stocks coming off of a reverse split this morning. FGL, HCTI, ATPC. These are going to be trading this morning after their reverse splits. We just smacked 150 on PHIO. We're at 150 again on the ask. Let's see if it chews those up. Boom, it sure did. 150, 151. Nicely done. Vicky, you have a great day. Mutter, got PHIO from 110 to 150. Nice trade. Nicely done. VELO. Velo 3D qualified as a first additive manufacturing vendor for the U.S. Army ground vehicles. VELO. 7 million public floats, a $15 stock, sitting at $15 right now. And it just jumped to $15.30. UOKA up to 74. 75. For everybody that took that gamble. This is where you're sitting at right now here. This is where the offering's at. Not to say that it's going to climb up there or anything, but like I said, down there at that 58, 59, 60 cent range, you could squeeze a little bit out of it if you were so inclined to take the risk. CCCX, Inflection and NASA to fly the world's first quantum gravity sensor into space. It's on CCCX. UOKA at 73 cents. Let's go back and look at our PHIO. Wicked up to 158. Good Lordy. Said you had to go through a broker? Oh my goodness. $154. Well, that thing has not stopped since I jumped out of it. That just Burns my biscuits. 74 on UOKA. Run, Forrest, run. That's right. Don't get greedy. I know there's a lot of retail out there saying, "Oh, I'll take that dip, man. I'll take that dip all day long." I know they are because I just know how retail is. There's a lot of them taking that dip down there, expecting it to go back up to the offering price, but I wouldn't expect it to go back there. Oh, VELO at 1529 now. Let's look at PHIO. Little pull down there. EVMN hanging out at 32. Bob, the offering price was 140. I got it marked up here with this green line. It was dropping. It was dropping prior to the press release. It was already on its way down. And then when the press release came out, you can see how badly it got destroyed. All the way down to 50 cents. And it was over $2 in after hours last night. So it's not done well. But so there's some room to grow back to the offering price, but I certainly wouldn't expect it to go back up that high. Anything's possible, but I wouldn't expect it to. If it hit $1, I would be really surprised if it hit $1. If I had taken some down there around 60 cents, I'd probably be looking for about 75 cents to 80 cents and then be done with it and move on. But that's just a conservative look at it. I wouldn't try to get too much out of it. Class action lawsuit. It is trying to climb. It's at 74. We see this quite often, don't we? Where a company will put out a public offering and the price drops insanely low below the offering price, only to have it start to climb back up again. It rarely ever gets back to where the offering price was at. Occasionally it will. But most of the time, almost all the time, especially if it's not a big offering. This is a relatively small offering compared to its float size. So not a bad offering. And that's going to help it some as well. But more times than not, you see them drop that far below the offering price, they do bounce and go back up. You get a nice little rebound off of that. They're good plays to make. You just have to wait for that rebound. Wait for it to start climbing again. But we've seen this quite often. We've played a few of these together where they drop that low and way overdone, way overdone, knowing that it's probably going to climb back up some. All right. Another one here on our reverse split news, ANY, any, ANY. So we've got ANY, we've got ATPC, HCTI, and FGL, all coming off of a reverse split this morning. You may not be able to trade them. Sometimes the trading platforms won't let you get into those right after the reverse split. They make you wait 20 minutes, an hour, sometimes 3 or 4 hours before they'll open up trading again on them. Almost back to 75 here on UOKA. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the money makers this AM. Will fund my birthday trip. Awesome. Glad you could make a little bit. Always fun to be able to fund your birthday trip. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it'll do at open. See if it'll get that little bit of a bounce. Lou, you have a great day. It's having a little trouble here at 74. I think if we can break 75, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I think 75 will push it up. Should get a fairly good run up to 80, but it's really close to market open, so we may get some sell-off here. There's a lot of folks that bought into this down here around 55 cents to 60 cents. And they may not want to hold going into open. So we could expect a little bit of selling off as we approach open here. People locking in that 10, 15 cent profit. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for watching the videos. IPW, Microfloat, $2 million share repurchase program. IPW, share repurchase program, $2 million. They're already a microfloat, or Scans has them listed as a microfloat. Let me put it that way. 483,000 shares. IPW. You don't see any technical information on that other than they plan to buy $2 million worth of shares. Here's an 8K. Let me see if the 8K has anything in it. 8K. The 8K filing doesn't give any specifics about it. UOKA 74.5. We can break 75. It could get as high as 80 cents. IPW's up about 11.5% right now. Durf, good morning. $74.5. it doesn't like that 75. Look at those algos throwing that money in it. Look at all those shares at 748. They're all 200 lot. That's a computer doing that. That's a pure computer. You guys are fighting against the computer on this one. Look at the order sizes. All 200 at 74.48. That's a computer selling them. That's an algo. Booking. IPW is now up 17%. ABP tried to curl back up some. That Velo, VELO, that was the one that said they were qualified now as a first additive manufacturing vendor for U.S. Army ground vehicles. Remember that? That one's up about 16%, almost 17%. OPXS says they have a new $2.1 million order for optical assemblies, supporting an enhanced night vision goggle program. Really curious about UOKA. Yeah, because of the even number of shares. You don't get that many market maker IDs, the different brokers, like 15 or 20 of them, all at the same price, all at the same lot size. That's not random. Because if you look at all the prices above that on level 2, they're all different, varied, 1,000, 1,400, 100, 600, 300. Those are very random amounts. If it was all one market maker that had 200, I wouldn't think much of it. But when you've got 10 or 15 different market makers, they're all at the same price with the same lot size. That's a computer doing that. because that would mean that 15 different market makers all put in the exact same order size, the exact same lot size, all at the same time. And what are the odds of that? That's pretty. The odds of that are about negative. There's no way that's going to happen. QNCX. Let's go back and look at that one. Boom. We were waiting on 25. I think Big B was waiting on that one earlier. Waiting on that big boom up over 25. Now we did hit 26 before on QNCX. We did wick up to 26 at one point earlier this morning, about 10 minutes to 8 this morning. So we're really, really close to getting over that. Byron got it from 23 to 25. Nice quickie there, in and out. Not bad. Considering this thing was at 13 cents last night. That's not bad. It was just up over 100%. And then what else one? EVMN. Where's it going? All right, let's go back and look at QNCX 27.5. 110% now. Kaboom. ATXG. ATXG enters into a memorandum of understanding for a potential $200 million strategic investment with Middle East Royal-backed institutional investor at a proposed price of $1.50 per share, and it's currently at 50 cents. ATXG, 11 million public float. Proposed offering price of $1.50 a share, and it's now at 51 cents. So there's some potential room there for some growth. Now it's at 52 cents. You might want to look at that. Don't know where it's going to go, but it's at 55 cents. Really reasonable float, too. Now you can see how it spiked. This came out at 9:25. So it's now 9:27. So this has been out for about 2 minutes now. And it bumped up about 10 cents on that press release. And now it's pulled back a little bit. But that should get retail's attention. And what makes that good news is that it's an institutional investor and they're willing to pay way above premium on the current stock price, way above. They're quite a bit above $1. So that should generate some interest from retail traders. Keyword there, should. Don't know that it will, but it should. It should. Can't predict the market. Have no idea how wacky retail traders can be with stuff sometimes, but should. Interest. Retail. Ted's in at 51 cents. We'll see. We shall see. You got it within that first minute. So you should, if this thing goes up, you should have a pretty good entry on it. If it goes up. It's at 60 cents now. We just wicked to 61.3, 62, 62, 62.2. It acts like it wants to go. ATXG. It's up about 40% right now. $63. It's up 47%. 48. 49. Waiting for it to go. All right. Well, here's the market open. We'll see how the market treats these. It's hard to say. Let's take a look at UOKA. It's 75 cents. For all of you that took that leap of faith on that big dip, it's now at 76 cents. Alex, $1.50 per share. $0.78, 80 cents we just hit on UOKA. Bob got it from 70 to 80. ATXG now up to 62. The first 10 minutes is going to be really volatile. Really, really volatile. Everything's going to bounce around like crazy. Take it a little while to get settled down. And once it settles down, we'll see which way it goes. Keep a very short leash on it. Keep your finger on that sell button. It drops back down to where you bought in at. You make sure you get out. QNCX. What a great day. Holy cow. QNCX just popped up to 32 cents. I know Big B's got to be happy about that one. At least I think he was playing that this morning. He mentioned wanting it to go up. That was nice. That was a nice bump. ATXG getting pulled backwards a little bit. $51 to $57, Ted. Well, UOKA seems to be kind of stalled out here. I don't know. It'd be fun to watch. All right, you guys have I want to look at that CCCX. Remember that one? CCCX from this morning. How many of you remember that one? CCCX. That one popped up pretty good. Not a bad little run up on that one. All right. Okay. You guys have a great day, and I will see everybody on Zoom today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for after hours, and maybe we'll get lucky on a couple. Let me look at, hang on a minute. I'm like a little kid here. You can't pull me away from the TV. At ZDAI. Remember that one? That 58.com group founder, Yabo, senior vice president leaders, accelerate development of its hotel AI booking platform. They were going to invest in the company. Thing really took off here at market open, like boomed. Boomed. That was nice. ZDAI. ZDAI. Wow. It's up 51%. Can't beat that with a stick. Better than a sharp stick in the eye. And look at UOKA, 83, 83.9, 84, 84.9, It might go back. Oh gosh, I hope that runs to $1 for you guys. It's not that far away. 85 now. This thing has made up some ground. Not a bad trade from 50 or 60 cents. You might pull a full 100% out of this. Wouldn't that be something special? Now let's go back and look at ZDAI again. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful run up on that. It was just from some institutional buying. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on Zoom at 4 o'clock. Thank you, Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for watching my latest video. I do appreciate it very, very much. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 7:45. And Wolfpack, I'll see you guys at 4 this afternoon if you can make it. If not, I'll see you first thing in the morning. God bless.